We about to dress the culture. Go tell a friend. We about to dress the culture, We about. What it do, it's your boy Big Wall, back to you with another video, here to address the culture. First thing I want you to do, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. It's very, very, very important. Hit that little bell on the side, click all, be a part of the culture, so anytime I drop a video, you'll be the first one to get it. Now check it out. Well, it seems like former rapper, former Slaughterhouse member, now turned media personality, Joe Budden has had a whole lot to say about his ex Tahiry and her new relationship with former Dipset member, Vado. Now recently, Tahiry and Vado was on Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. Now, the two had a miscommunication, it was a squabble, it was a whole big thing. Tahiry threw an apple and it hit Vado in the face. Now, Vado reacted badly. He grabbed Tahiry, choked her up, put hands on her, and in result, he was asked to leave the show. So when Joe Budden had his podcast, this is what he had to say.
Cool, so they showed that clip and Vado got killed, as he should have, because we're all clear. And I'm confused every time these topics come up and we do a podcast, so y'all say, oh, I can't wait to hear y'all talk about that. Fam, my stance on domestic violence don't change. It don't change with the people involved. It don't change from situation to situation. I am against men putting their hands on women, period. I am also against women putting their hands on men, period. Those two are not related. Don't think that is one is my response to the other. It's not justification. It's not rationalizing. I don't think it's okay. As a man, I'm aware that some men need to go and learn that. Everyone's breaking point is different. Everybody don't really know themselves all the way. And you can find yourself in a position where you don't know that the best thing for you to do is walk away here. The best thing for you to do is call the cops, beat her to it. The best thing, like, you can't do what Vado did. Let me make that perfectly clear.
The outspoken personality also had a lot to say when it comes to Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know recently, allegedly, Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. This is what he had to say.
Tory Lanez, you cannot shoot Megan Thee Stallion.
Allegedly.
You shouldn't have a gun around Megan Thee Stallion. If you're around Megan Thee Stallion, you should have security, a bodyguard, especially if you're at a house party or leaving the Jenner's house, or if you're dating and there's a friend around. We know how them nights get. We know how those nights get. We don't have to talk about it here.
So recently, Tahiry was on Hollywood Unlocked, speaking about her situation between her and Vado. And the reality star brought up the fact that she had been in domestic situations in her past. So the host asked her about her relationship with ex Joe Budden. Shocking everybody, she opened up about the couple's relationship and said on several occasions, Joe put hands on her.
So your previous relationship, where you had domestic violence, that was with Joe?
Jason.
Well, I'm not sure which relationship.
Fuck. Shit. You know, Jason, that's a whole nother show, because it's hard to, how do you heal from something that you watch somebody lie about for so many years? So it's just.
So how are you healing? Because we know you're beautiful on the outside, and we know inside that, you know, you can be as beautiful as you want to be on the inside, but how are you healing?
Okay, so the show was about a year ago. So for those that don't know, that show was filmed a year ago. We're just not seeing what made it on the air. It's hard to heal as just a person. Imagine having to heal in the public eye. So I really never really talked about none of this, because how do you heal with all this noise, right? I think I'm a strong one, but it's really painful to watch men do what they do, and then because they have a platform, lie about it to your face. Like it's almost like you're making a mockery, like you're making fun of me. It's also my safety that I'm concerned about. You know, I'm Team Tahiry. It's just me daddying here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the oldest of 14. So I think that the way I was dealing with being in a relationship with Joe was tucking it in a back, just tucking it, hiding it, just because I can't stop. I have to continue going because people rely on me, because I have to handle stuff, because I have to grow in this business, because I'm not going to fold. I'm not failing because you want me to. And I just keep going until your trauma meets you. So, you know, the words of my friend Charlemagne, either you meet your trauma or your trauma will meet you. I didn't walk into that house to discuss being in a domestic violence before. It just met me face to face. And then watch your ex say something like, Tahiry will fight a man. I didn't fight him. I was scared to death. And by all means today, I'm not a fighter. I'm just gonna defend me, my mom, my sister. I'm the oldest. I'm gonna defend everything I love and I worked hard for. But no, I don't walk around throwing apples or fighting a man. Like, I've been beaten before. I you know, that relationship left me with a fractured rib, a broken nose because somebody was sending him a message, and I used to always say, "Yo, stop beefing out there." I'm out there still working, and he hit me on that nose and then pushed me down a flight of stairs. I remember having to talk him out of letting me go that day. I remember having a plan to leave, because the reason why he was so upset was because I was already leaving. Looking through my phone and shit, but I had already told him, give me 2 weeks to pack up my things. And he agreed to, and then started looking through my phone. Next thing you know, I got woken up by him dragging me from my ankle. I managed to get up from that floor. I remember having everything in my bag, all the things that I needed to have in that bag, my passport, my birth certificate, you know, the shit I needed. That's all I needed to get some money that I had already had together, because I was raised better. I never saw my father hit my mom. I you know, I knew better, but I don't know. I became that person that you hear about. But
and you never thought you would be that person.
Oh, and the women need to know that a man will break your spirits before he actually puts his hands on you. It started with verbal abuse, emotional abuse, you know, and then eventually it turned to that. I still fear for my safety, also protecting, because, you know, he hurt me bad and I just stayed quiet. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I went to the hospital and he sat next to me, and I lied to the doctors and said I was cleaning a cabinet and fell in the kitchen.
So
he rapped about it.
Wait, what was the last part you just said?
He rapped about it. He kind of said something about fracturing a rib, you know, hitting her in the rib. It was just so, and for years I've just sat there and I've let go and let God. At least I thought. I've tried to deal with this privately, but every chance you get, you sit there and you lie. And then you go as far as to doing 20-something minutes of your podcast and you say to Tahiry, she will fight a man? No, I'm gonna fight you back if you're trying to hit me. And I didn't fight him. To sit there and have something to say about domestic violence, I've been home for 3 weeks trying to clear my mind on how to, like, why am I not with you physically, but mentally you're trying to keep me in this prison?
So you tell me, do you think Joe Budden's a hypocrite, or do you think Tahiry's lying? Do you think a man should hit a woman if a woman hit a man, or do you feel like it should be no point where a man put his hands on a woman? Hey, I'm always down for a conversation. Hit me down in the comments below and we can chop it up. And remember, your culture is who you are, so make sure they respect it. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. I'm out. We about to dress the culture. Yeah, we about to dress the culture, huh?